good with this? Are you excited about this?
Absolutely. I will talk about anything. Let's do this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Truth Be Told, where honestly, it's in the name. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy, Sean Spencer, and I got a special guest today on Truth Be Told, my friend and Rams, St. Louis and LA Rams super fan, Mr. Scott Thaler. Mr. Reunion, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good. I'm here with my friend Sean Spencer.
Yeah. That is the name. I do have one quick question for you, my friend. I saw your last show. For those of you that don't know, my guy had a show that did a couple episodes called Great Scott. Have you seen the Barbie movie, man? You talked about it a lot.
No, I'm not going to see it.
Not even when it comes out on
if it comes out on Netflix or Prime or Hulu or something like that, I might start to watch it. But if I start getting nauseous, I'll stop.
There you go. You're sick to dog on it. You're sick your dog on it.
Here off them Barbie heads.
Right. Look, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Truth Be Told. Do not adjust your screen. No, that is not Mr. I Want to Smoke, Nicholas Rosario. He is still working, pulling a couple extra hours, making that money. But we are still going strong, and we got our guy here, Scott. And hey, Scott, another topic that I love, you brought it up. We're going to talk about it. Reunions, Scott. This is interesting. Oh, wait a minute. We got a comment said the Barbie movie was awful. Longest 9 hours of my life. 9? Was it 9 hours?
Yeah, who is
or
it?
Did it seem that long? Misador. What's going on, Misador? Oh, did you have to see it for your kids? I feel for you, brother. I feel for you.
Man, if he lasted 9 hours, he must have watched it 3 times.
Over and over. Yeah, felt like it. Right. God, what is going on, Misador? Andrew, you're also in here. So look, Scott, let's talk about it. We are older. I know you are older than myself. I am turning 40 in about 2 months, a month and a half. But we've all been through some type of reunion. Most recently, I had my high school 20th reunion. I know you were talking. You had your 50th?
50th.
Yeah, high school reunion.
1973 graduates.
Oh yeah. And we can go right into where you want to start. Like, we've had talks about kind of how it was. Let me ask you this. Any reunion, much less that particular one, is there excitement to that? Like, is there this excitement like, oh, I really want to see this person? Or is it, oh man, another reunion? Here we go. Like, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I was really looking forward to seeing some of my old classmates. It was actually 2 schools. So some of the people I knew well, others I just kind of remember. And even those 2 years I was at Central, which was the first school I went to, there were a lot of people that left a lasting impression on me. And I was interested in seeing how they turned out. It's just when you do something like that, I was actually the head administrator first. And a lot of work goes into it. You have to find telephone numbers, and one lady worked for the Parkway School District, got us the list and names of both schools. And I might have jumped the gun a little bit. I called everybody in there. It was like 500-600 people. And
that's a lot of calls.
I probably spent about 200 hours on it. I actually started at 2.5 years before.
Wow.
Because I wanted to make sure we found everybody, because, everybody lives in different states. Some lived in different countries, and you wanted to make sure you got as many people in it as possible. And a lot of those people knew other people that weren't on Facebook, but they got a hold of them. And a lot of them did join Facebook after that, because you'd be privy to the information if, you're on there. Somebody's never been to a high school reunion. Class of 96.
Yeah, this is Misadora talking about it. But I mean, look, I gotta shout you out. I gotta throw you some respect because that takes a lot. And to see that you started a couple years before. Obviously the distance, from all the different people was a big deal. But I could tell you, and I'll shout out my high school. I was class of '01, 2001. I think it was Coco Buck and Nima Khatri of our class went through a whole heck of a lot to kind of reach out to people and set up an event and everything. And they had one, I think, at the 10-year reunion. It was a little off. I didn't go, but they did one for the 20th, and they couldn't get people to commit. They couldn't get people to say, I will be here. You and I talked about this off camera about how, a lot of people said, well, is this person going to be there? Is that person going to show up? And that was like a prerequisite for them to be there. And I felt bad for them, even though I didn't, jump in there and try to help. I felt bad for them because I was looking at it. They had a Facebook group, and I was looking at it on Facebook, and I was like, come on, guys. Like, even though I don't want to go, they doing all this work, man. Like, so, reach out, just talk to them, So I get where you're coming from with that whole thing. What ended up happening, as you got closer to that date?
Well, first of all, they were saying that I started it too early, which was not true. And I was trying to get as many people to come because, as you know, the venues and the food, entertainment, and stuff like that, you have to schedule like a year in advance. Yeah. People flying in had to get hotel rooms. I even put a map and a list of camping sites because a lot of people wanted to come in with their RVs, their trailers, and some of them even wanted to camp out. So I gave them leads to that.
Right. You had them all set up.
So, I mean, it was quite involved. And then I had appointed 3 other people on the committee. And as you know, when you're dealing with a reunion or anything like that, when you're trying to get people together, there's going to be bad feelings. I want to do that. You did too much. Back off. And I wound up backing off. I didn't even go to the dinner. I went to the happy hour the night before, and I went to a little outside park. There weren't that many people showed up that day, but it was fun because I got to actually talk to people without a lot of interruptions. Because when you've got 200 people packed in like sardines in a restaurant bar, it's kind of hard to get around, and everybody wants to talk to each other. And then the pretty popular people showed up. And they actually showed up early. I didn't believe they would show up early, but they did. And you go in there and everybody's taking pictures. They got their arm around them. The women are giving the good-looking guys a kiss on the cheek, even though they're married. I had 2 guys. I didn't even know who they were. They came up to me. Oh, Scott, I remember you, man. So glad you came here, and thanks for the work. I actually got some kudos from some of the people remembering that I had started it.
Nice.
They were taking pictures, and the whole time I'm standing there getting pictures taken. Who the hell are these guys?
Right. Exactly. And it's funny because when I came in, I ended up going to my 20th high school reunion, and I came in the door, and I remember, coming in and like, all right, where are they around back? Okay, here we go. Because I actually went to another part of the bar, and there was a lot of people my age, and I was like, okay, is this it? And I was like, nah, this ain't it. So I went around back, and as soon as I come outside, somebody comes up to me. Oh, Sean, what's up? Gives me a hug, the whole 9. And I'm like, what's up, man? I don't remember you. Like, who are you again? I kind of kept. It was a friend of mine, Dan, that I kind of, him and I were close back in high school, but it was one of those things I hadn't talked to him since then. So it was cool, but it was exactly like you said. As soon as you came in, at least for me, it went back to high school. I literally stepped back into the high school hallways. Over to the left right now, which used to be the lockers, now is the bar. The popular people doing all the popular things. Certain people on the outskirts, certain people surrounded around 2 or 3 people who are talking loud and doing their thing. And I played football, so a lot of them would be like, "Oh, Sean, what's going on, man?" Yada yada. I ended up going over to the other side with a bunch of the cats that I had known back in like freshman year, and that were just just like me, kind of quirky, into radio and kind of conversation stuff like this, and I loved it. A couple people that would be deemed cool at that time came up to me and were talking to me and things of that nature. But I did feel bad though because Coco and Nima did not show up, or at least to my knowledge. And I love that you got at least some kudos for what you had done and all the time you put in, because I don't think they got that attention. People showed up, but I don't think they got that same attention or same just gratitude for the work that they put in.
Yeah, well, I kind of set my foot in it. I didn't really want to do this again, but the class of '74 is having theirs, and I told them if they needed any help finding people, because I have a people finder site that I got free, and found a lot of people, and it tells you whether they're still alive, when they died, because you always have like a little memorial thing for the people that died over the years. We actually had, I think, 2, if not 3 people that had already put the money down for the dinner. That was the only cost, and they died right before the reunion.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know if their names got put in. I didn't really see a memory board or anything, but they actually had a book. They took pictures of everybody and sent them like 5 or 6 pictures, and then they had the high school yearbook photos with your name and what you had done and what you were doing and all that. And as you know, with reunions, some people put on the airs. They show up in suits and fancy Lamborghini or something that they just rented the day before. Just learn how to drive.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and you could tell, and that's the thing that was the one thing I wanted to avoid when I was thinking of not coming, was I don't want to deal with these people that had to act a certain type of way in high school, and actually to this point that Misador made. Social media, social networking makes reunions kind of pointless. We know everything about everybody. I see what these people are doing week in and week out. I see kind of how they're acting on Facebook and how all they're showing is, oh, my best picture, I'm on a boat this day and I'm out here on a horse this, all this stuff. And it's like, all right, respect to your thing, but don't just. Where's your normal day? You're sitting here and your back hurts and you're I have to go get gas. Like, tell me your normal stuff that goes on. So when I go to the reunion and I see the same type of stuff, I don't need to ask you how you're doing. I know how you're doing. I've been watching you on Facebook. You're good.
I have one older gentleman that went to the same Dude Ranch camp in Tucson, Arizona that I did. He went a lot earlier. He went in the 50s. I didn't go until the mid to late 60s. And, I enjoy following him because he's going to, China, Greece, all around Europe, Thailand. It's like, must have been rich because the plane tickets, the hotel rooms, the Ubers or taxi cabs, renting a car, man, that stuff just adds up. I mean, I could do it, but I'm the type of person that worries about the money I'm spending.
Right.
Am I going to need it for retirement later on?
Right.
What happens if I get kidnapped?
And I'm not laughing, but I don't know where that came from.
They want a ransom for me, after all, I'm very important to a lot of people.
Not the sidebar, but what would your ransom be, Scott? We would take
if it's in China, they probably hacked my bank account, so they know what I got.
Oh yeah. Well, but if they did that, they could just drain you dry. Then they don't need you.
Well, they have to have your bank account numbers and all that, unless they get that.
Yeah.
Now, I never tell people where I bank.
Because they're probably already following you.
Yeah, because basically all you need is your mother's maiden name, where you were born, what year, and what hospital you were delivered in. And if you know those things, and I actually have other passwords that have to be given. I said, if somebody comes in and wants to make a large withdrawal or all of my account, they have to give you the sequence of numbers and letters, or don't give it to them.
Yeah. Now, you have just told them the things that they do need, so it does narrow it down a little bit.
Well, I mean, getting the correct numbers would be like winning the lottery.
Hey,
Chances.
it can happen. It can happen. Look, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to dive into reunions in a little bit. I'm going to take a quick commercial break. I'm going to get a quick water, but we will be right back. And I want to talk to you, Scott, on the other side about, we know about the formal reunions with the high school reunions, stuff like that. But what about some other reunions? I'll get to that on the other side. Check out this commercial, my guy Anton Benton.
Hey there, ladies and gents. Your local handyman, Anton Benton, here to help you with your problems. I'm here right now on the job site, taking out whole kitchen cabinets. A little bit more work to do, but if you got a project at your house that you need to get completed, I'm your guy to finish it up for you. Give me a call, let me know what you need to get done.
Your new company, man. Shout out to your new company. Go ahead and tell the world about your new company real quick.
Oh boy. So marketing Anton Benton Pros.
Yes.
Doing everything from plumbing to electrical to making huge decks to doing closets.
Yes.
Doing it all. Doing it all.
That's what's up, man. I'm super happy
Thank
for
you guys. Thank you.
Yes. So, hey, that was my guy, Mr. Anton Benton, otherwise known as Mr. Moral Support, one of the 4 founding members of Washington Football Weekly. Definitely reach out to him. He travels. He does great work inside and out of the house. Back with my guy, Mr. Scott Thaler, talking about reunions. We talked about high school reunion, but there are many different versions of reunions. You had mentioned to me before about college reunions, work reunions. Even you're talking about grade school reunion. What's going on with that?
That was really the most successful one that I planned and got a hold of people. We had like maybe 40% of the class there.
Okay. Oh, wow.
And that took a lot of work, but before we had it, we had Zoom meetings, and we planned out where we're going to have it. And the grade school that we were at, we wanted to have it there, but they tore it down and they built another school. But the park that was attached to the school was still there.
Oh,
so
wow.
One lady called and set up the pavilion. There's only one big pavilion there, and we got that. And everybody brought their own lunch and their own drinks and stuff like that, and it was very nice. I enjoyed it because you remember these kids sitting at desk and
Right.
I still remember all the smells, the sounds,
Yeah.
The tile, the yellow brick, large brick wall, and the windows that barely worked. So the school wasn't that old when I went there, but it had been there for a while. It was called the Daniel Boone Elementary School.
Nice. Oh, nice.
They knocked it down, and I kind of wish I would have gotten a brick from it, just sentimentally. But as you know, I got so much in my house, I don't need any more stuff.
Right. I see.
That's why I have the virtual background here.
Right. I was gonna say this looks a little cleaner than normal.
Yeah. Well, actually, was a hitman, and I've made money over the years, and I've gotten out of business, so now I can enjoy it in my palatial mansion.
Hey, what is going on? Ben Cornett is in the comments. What's a reunion? People who are under 30. Yeah, right.
Well, Ben's past that. I know that.
Oh, Ben's he's older than me. I believe Ben is mid-40s.
I think. Let's see. Who was 50? Was that
Nick is 50. No, Nick is 50.
How old are you, Ben? See if he understands. Maybe he's wishing he was under 30 now.
Ben, talk to us about your last reunion. Oh, look,
He's
this
not
guy,
23.
This
people.
guy, look
No.
at it. No, that is a lie. I tell you that.
He's one of those guys you say got the cartoon and the guys out there in Speedos with a big belly hanging over and a large waistline, and it says, "I'm 23." Right. And it's like, this guy.
Yo, oh, absolutely. Actually, matter of fact, glad you're in the comments, Ben. Hey, I can dig it. If you feel like you're 23, then you're 23, fellas. I can dig it. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit later on tonight, I believe 10 p.m. Eastern, our guy Ben Cornett will be having his show Face the Heels, which is a show about wrestling, talking WWE and NXT, all those other ones. So definitely tune into that. It's definitely a good time. But yeah, talk to us about your reunions, Ben. Go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, Ben's very, very knowledgeable about wrestling. So if you're into wrestling, please do tune in.
Oh yeah.
Like and share. This one too. Truth be told, it's on every week. I'm not on it every week, but I fill in for Nicholas.
Hey, yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is your second time on here, man, and and see, for the people that don't know, not only is Scott a member, that he comes in and fills in for Nicholas when he's not here, but Scott also has provided a number of our topics, the fears topic, the pandemic, reunions, this one right here. So, Scott is definitely a big part of this show. We rely on a lot of your insight, Scott.
Yeah, I always wanted to be a writer.
Oh, okay. All right, good.
At 68, turning 69 in September, if any of my friends are watching it, my birthday's September 22nd, and I will be having a lunch.
Wait a minute. Really?
Yeah.
That's 4 days before my birthday.
Oh, wow. We can celebrate on Truth Be Told. I might just have to come in just for a short period.
Oh, yeah. And that's my brother's birthday, though. That's my younger brother's birthday, September 22nd.
All good people were born on September 22nd. Matter of fact, one of the guys that came to the high school reunion, the one that everybody wanted to see, can I mention his name or will I get in trouble?
You tell me. That's on you.
His name was Jim Reed. And when I walked in to the happy hour at Cyberg's, he was there already drinking and having a good time, and everybody was hanging on him and wanting his picture taken with him. And it was great to have him there because he came and he brought some of the better looking people and popular people, which made the reunion more or less a success.
Okay. Now, it was a success because the popular people showed up. Because I'm going to be honest with you, in my reunion, my high school reunion, the popular people, they stayed in their little nook, and I actually had a better time going around to other people that maybe I didn't talk to in high school.
Yeah. Well, Ben says he's never been to one of his reunions. Ben, you only live once. YOLO.
That's true.
That's a hip term, I think, isn't it, nowadays? YOLO? Or that's something from the 90s.
No, you're good. It's pretty recent. Yep.
Us old guys are trying to be hip.
Hey, you're doing your thing. Look, as far as grade school, that's pretty incredible, man, that you were able to get at least 40% of the people. Actually, through this show, I had a guy that I was in 5th grade with that actually watched one of the first shows that Nick and I did of Truth Be Told and commented and joined in. I mean, that just shows you how this type of stuff could reach out and touch certain people that you didn't even know, like people that you didn't know they were paying attention. So, hey, go ahead.
Well, you can go on Facebook and social media. You can see photos, see what people are doing, pictures of their dogs, pictures of their family, pictures of their vegetables they got out of their garden.
It's true. It is true.
And it's like when I was younger, I'd go out and party and have a good time, and now I take pictures of my trips, and now I take pictures of my vegetables.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we've become. But that's what me store was saying. Like social networking and Facebook and social media and all that stuff, it takes away the intrigue, takes away like the mysteriousness. Like, what have they been doing all these years? Because you can just look at the timeline of their Facebook or their Instagram and see what they've been doing. You know what I mean? So I think that takes a little bit out of the certain reunion, at least for like the high school or the grade school. But you talked about what was it? Your college reunion, or maybe your wife's college reunion, or
No, I didn't finish college. My wife
oh, you
didn't
did?
either. And,
Okay.
basically,
I haven't either, so I couldn't talk about that either.
but the other things you could talk about is like neighborhood reunions.
Huh? Yeah.
So I
You
never
set
had
that one out.
I didn't
Oh, you
have
never
a
did?
neighborhood reunion in my life. My neighbors, we lived in a small, compact, like 3-block area, and all the kids knew each other. The parents knew each kid. If we got hurt, we were taken into somebody else's house, and they put mercurochrome, which they don't use anymore, and put a Band-Aid on it.
Mm-hmm.
They would even kiss it. You do that nowadays, you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend it. I would not recommend it.
So, and then we were always out at dawn on the weekends,
Okay.
and we were off in summer for summer break, and we stayed outside all day. We only went back to go to the bathroom, and a lot of times we went into somebody else's house where we were to go to the bathroom. Everything was open to us, and then at night, there was different ways of signaling your child. Some had a bell, ding, 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 ding. And if you didn't get your butt home, you were in trouble.
Oh yeah. We were for us. It was the street lights.
Yeah, well, street lights came on, but I don't remember if we had street lights or not. But we're supposed to be back before it started getting dark. Basically, in the summertime, it stays lights longer, but in the wintertime, it got dark around 5 o'clock. So that's when we went back home, and we ate, and parents pushed us back outside and come back when it's dark.
Yeah.
So, it was a close knit group, but I asked some of the people that lived in my neighborhood if they wanted to have a reunion, and they said no, they don't have any desire to be around those people.
Yeah. Well, that's
more or less saying they didn't want to be around me. So.
Oh. Which can be a thing. I mean, hey, and that's the thing. A lot of times with reunions, especially when we're talking about neighborhood reunion, I've never had one, by the way, but with stuff like that, it is really a kind of a cut and dry thing, because a lot of times when people move, there's a reason why. Now, sometimes because they got a better place or opportunity, but sometimes it is the neighbors, and you can have a block, and it's very seldom. I've never had this where there's a block where they all come out and do cookouts and all that stuff within the neighborhood. I've lived in a cul-de-sac, though, where maybe 3 or 4 of the families might get together and do something, but still nothing where everybody is out and it's like, hey, we're all getting back together.
Well, my wife's neighborhood was one street. I think I remember right. It was called Wilden in Camarillo, California. Well, her sister and a couple of the other kids formed this reunion, and kids came from Texas. We came from St. Louis. There was one lady from New York. All over the country. Matter of fact, one of the guys that came from Texas, he was a radio announcer. He moved to Missouri. I think he's closer to Joplin than he is St. Louis, but it was interesting. And basically, I was just a third wheel. I just walked around and I talked to people, my mother-in-law, my 2 sister-in-laws, my brother-in-law, and I kind of felt out of place, but I went with my wife for my wife, and I enjoyed her being happy, being around the kids she grew up from knee-high to, adults.
Yeah.
And I kind of envied it because that's what I wanted to do with my neighborhood.
I understand that. I get that. And that's the thing. So Kat has had situations like that where maybe not necessarily neighborhood, but a bunch of people that lived in the same area or maybe same college, that type of thing, came together and they all reunited and everything. And it's the same thing. I get that feeling that you had 100%, where it's kind of like, I'm glad she's having fun and I want to be here for her. And whenever she needs me to come up and be, bow, 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 hey, I'm the fiance, I'm the boyfriend, da, 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 then, I'll do that. But other than that, it's kind of like, all
Well,
right.
I'm an extrovert, as you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I could
Really?
get along
Really?
with almost anybody and anything, but I'm turning into a crotchety old man.
Hey.
Get off my lawn.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's during the summer months. And then obviously I see your Santa Claus thing going. You getting ready, Santa?
Well, old people get tired of shaving. That's why you see a lot of people with beards and facial hair.
Uh-huh.
But I'm going to ask you, what's your excuse?
Oh, wow. Wow. Hey, look, it took me all of almost 40 years to grow this. I'm going to let it grow. And it still is. See, Scott, you're 2 years too late, man. I had to grow this afro out big, man. You would have been like, "Oh, man."
I grew my afro out so long that it fell out.
Oh, there it is.
Hey, I just want to ask, are any of my Facebook friends watching this? If you are, please comment, like, and share.
Right now it's Ben and Will in the comments. What is going on, people? Let us see. At first glance, I thought Scott had a heck of a house. Hey, that's the beach house in the Everglades.
No, it's in Boca Raton.
Hey, that's right. Yeah, it's nice, man. You ever get on that piano back there?
No, but some of my lady friends, they get on there and dance and sing and lay down and.
All right. Saving all my love for you.
What was that? That one movie? I can't think of her name now. She laid on the piano. She had a real short cut dress. Oh well. There's been a lot of movies like that from the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s.
Will's got a question. Can you play the piano?
I can play chopsticks. I can play the lead to Inagata the Vita, which Will probably doesn't know what that is.
What?
But no, I never learned to play the piano that well. So basically, I play the guitar, which I can't anymore because I have nerve damage in my left hand, so it's hard for me to finger. Every once in a while I'll grab it and I'll start playing. I'm like, hey, yeah, my hand's back, and then I'll hit a chord. And no, that's not the chord. My fingers are in the right place, aren't they? No, they're not.
Yeah, but hey, it's for show. It looks nice. We do have more people in the comments. Hey, definitely comment. Say what's up. Nathan Snell saying good evening, y'all. Nathan, thanks for joining us. We're talking about our reunions, either high school reunion, college, or after we come back from this quick break, because I see Will's in the comments, we're going to talk about family reunions. Scott, I know you got a lot to say about this. I do as well. So come right back, right on the other side. We're going to talk about a show that's coming up this Wednesday, Washington Football Weekly.
Dun, 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 dun.
Let's go. The Washington Commanders. There it is.
That's right. All right, man. Hey, I've been waiting a couple days to say this. We're back. We're back.
Let's go, baby.
Stand up, left hand up. Who are we?
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. It is one of your hosts, Sean Spencer, host of Truth Be Told, with my guy, Mr. Scott Thaler sitting in for Nicholas Rosario. And that was Washington Football Weekly. We'll be back this Wednesday talking football. I do want to apologize for last Wednesday. The old owner on his way out messed up my Wi-Fi, so I was not able to complete the show. I got super excited, and as you saw, the Wi-Fi kind of cut, and I wasn't able to complete it. But we will definitely be back Wednesday talking training camp. We're in week 2 of training camp. Scott, as a matter of fact, how are your Rams looking in training camp? I heard Sony Michel just retired.
Yeah, he screwed over the Rams.
Yeah, I was about to say,
but
who else do you have?
We got Cam Akers as number 1.
Okay.
We've got a couple number 2s in the waiting room, but God, I can't remember his name now. They just picked up somebody today or yesterday.
Let me see. Who did the Rams just pick up today?
Just so you know, that video you showed of the Washington Commanders, it almost made me so excited. I almost switched allegiance from the Rams to the Washington Commanders.
Come on over. Let's see. It doesn't say. It says you signed a defensive tackle and an outside linebacker. Kobe Turner and Byron Young. So I don't know if they picked that up, but I'll take a look at that. But yeah, definitely. And Scott, we definitely have to talk because, preseason, like you said, is right around. It's here. The Hall of Fame game, all those things are right around the corner. So I'm definitely eager. Yeah, I'm definitely eager to see what's going on this season. Can Matt Stafford or the other Georgia quarterback that's super old, can they lead you guys back to the promised land?
Stetson Bennett, the next lead quarterback for the Rams after Stafford leaves.
Oh my goodness. We shall definitely see about that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We appreciate those of you who have been here in the comments. We are talking reunions on this episode of Truth Be Told. And like I alluded to, we're going to finish off the show talking about family reunions. Scott, it's been a while. Recently, not a couple weeks ago, I'm one of 7 children from my dad. He's 84, and we all met up in the Upper Maryland and kind of did a little crab fest, a little get together, played Uno, played some Jenga, some card games, things like that. And that was great. That was one of those things where everybody hit each other up and said, all right, we'll meet here. We all met. My parents drove up from North Carolina. So that was an amazing event. I enjoyed hanging out with them and everything like that. There are times when certain times we go to reunions and whatnot, and you see people and you're just like, I'm trying to avoid this person. But this particular one was all smooth. Everything was cool. Even got my mom to have a little sippy sip of tequila. She is not somebody that has drinks. So it was fun to see her kind of cut loose a little bit. How are your family reunions? When was the last time you guys had one?
We really never had a family reunion. But when I was little, every Sunday was like a family reunion. My real grandmother had died before I was born. So my grandfather remarried, and her name was Mary. And boy, could she cook. We're all Jewish, and it was matzo ball soup, kreppela, all the stuff like kamish bread, knishes. Everything you can imagine. I walked into her house when I was little one time, and I had to go to the bathroom. They took me to the bathroom, and the bathtub was filled almost to the top, and there were fish swimming in it.
What?
Buffalo.
Oh, wow!
Because she made her own gefilte fish from scratch.
Oh, wow!
Nothing store bought or frozen or in a jar. It was everything was fresh. And I'm like, God,
Nice.
And I was real little. I was like 5 years old to about maybe 9, and they all made comments because I could put the food away. I ate more than the adults did, but when I left, they had to just about roll me into the car.
Yep.
But basically, that was mostly the family reunion. I mean, I couldn't have a family reunion now because I'm 68 years old. My parents are gone. My grandparents are gone. Basically, the only people that are left are cousins. And
Mhm.
my one cousin was going to have a reunion, but the pandemic came along, and that
Yeah.
put a kibosh on that. I know that put a kibosh on a lot of people's plans, but mine. But my wife, she had a family reunion when my daughter was like 5 or 6 years old.
Okay.
They came in. Most of her family was in Sykeston, and
Okay. Where's Sykeston? What is that?
Sykeston is about 4 or 5 hours south of St. Louis.
Okay.
It's a small town. I mean, you go down there and there's a lot of people living on welfare and running mom and pop's grocery stores and movie theater, stuff like that.
Is that like East St. Louis?
Huh?
Is it similar to East St. Louis?
No.
Oh, okay.
East St. Louis, you have a family reunion there, somebody's going to die.
Oh my!
It's rough. It is rough. I mean, you get one family member or the other, and they do something, and the next thing you know, there's a drive-by.
Oh, what?
Instead of killing the people they intend to kill, they wind up killing
Stray
like
bullets,
5-year-old, 6-year-old kids, and it's really
bullets.
sad.
Interesting.
But,
and that's a good segue, Scott. I know Nicholas will be back with us next week, but when we do get you on here, this is truth be told. If you're interested in going in, I would love to talk about just the difference in areas. I know you and I discussed that a little bit today, but that is very interesting to me to think about the difference in how things are.
Well, but we're afraid to go to East St. Louis, and the people in East St. Louis are afraid to come here because if they're driving real nice cars, because they're drug dealers or
because they made a lot of money because they're legitimate members of society.
Well, if they did that, they certainly wouldn't be living in East St. Louis because they would be robbed, their cars would be stolen. It's like,
what about? Okay. Let's go back to family reunions. Let's go back to reunions. That was a good topic. We're gonna hit that later. I definitely want to do that.
I've been filtering myself. I haven't said anything rude or crude or anything tonight.
You've been pretty good, man. There's a couple moments where I was like, "Oh, there's a word," but you just kind of went past it. I was like, "All right, respect. I respect that."
And nothing about Barbie either.
Yeah, I tried to get you in that earlier. And ladies and gentlemen, watch it if that's what you want to do. My guy Scott is not going to watch it. I'm going to share that story that Scott. I think I have it. I'm going to share that story of you and the whole Barbie situation and your dog and the plot between you and your dog to massacre all of the Barbie.
Oh, Barbie's massacre. Head, hair, arms, legs, all appendages. Thrown all over the foyer.
Gone.
That's one difference between St. Louis, where I live, and East St. Louis. We have foyers in our houses. They don't have foyers. They just have a front door, and you walk right into the kitchen or the living room. You're talking about maybe 400 square foot homes. I live in a 2,400 square foot house.
Mm-hmm.
I had a pool, but the hail punctured the ring, so we had to cut it up and throw it away. So no pool this year.
Oh man!
I used to call it my fabulous swimming pool because a lot of my friends have Olympic-sized swimming pools in their backyards. And,
good. See how the other half lives, Scott.
Yeah, well, we have a subdivision pool that we all pay for, but like there's 578 homes I think in here, and only like 138 people actually use the pool, so we're paying for the other people to use it.
Yeah.
And I'm not having any neighborhood reunions done.
You're not gonna have a major pool party, Scott? No,
they don't like me because people ask questions and I answer them on the subdivision Facebook, and say, "You don't know what the hell you're talking about. Did you just move here?" I said, "No, my parents moved in 1967. I bought my house in 1993, and I lived in and out of the subdivision over the years. So I know more about the subdivision than you do."
Oh, And what do they respond to that? How do they respond?
Well, do you have any old brochures for the houses when they were being built? And I go, yeah, I do. Well, can we have them? Say, you can get them off my cold dead body. I die.
Oh my goodness. So needless to say, yeah, I'm assuming you're not the favorite.
No, because I tell it like it is. Truth be told all the time.
There it is.
That's my motto. I don't lie, and I don't put in airs besides putting this backdrop with the piano and the big thing, because I didn't want anybody to see the messy room. So, and I'm not tech savvy enough to be able to put in one myself.
Well, you did good. This is good.
I'm working on it. It's just when you move,
yeah,
you'll miss part of your body, or it's delayed.
Yeah, no, I understand that. And it's funny because I was on the show with Alex. Let's Talk College Football. Stay tuned for that tomorrow night at 8 p.m. I did this on the show, but I had the virtual background, so this finger got covered up. So it looked like I was just flicking off the camera. And I was like, oh, wait, nope. I got to cut the video. I was like, I am not flicking off the camera. Let me put it here so you can see it. But yeah, and it kind of, you're right. It does slow down the picture a little bit. So
when I had hit settings, I had to do the mirror of my image. And then I hit enhance my photo, make myself look better.
Yeah.
Put it in HD and, 720, whatever it is. So
did it work?
When I move my hand to do what you did, you can see it messes up.
Yeah. A lot better. That's good. That's
You
good.
know,
All right,
sometimes you can't see it. I got two fingers up, but sometimes I put it up and it's the only one.
That is one. There is no blur on that one.
Yeah. I'm number one, and it's not my IQ.
Now that one got cut off. See?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
That was YouTube or Facebook. They cut it off.
Yep. Yo, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Truth Be Told. We have been talking reunions. Scott Thaler, hey, always a pleasure, my guy. I mean, I got to ask you. I know you had your show, Great Scott. I know that we're trying. You don't want it. You're maybe not into that. You're going a different direction. Is there anything that maybe we could look forward from you?
Well, you and I had talked about doing another show together. We're just trying to set up a time, and we'll let everybody know if we're going to do that and subjects and stuff. So, but if I'm doing a show, I'm going to have to be able to be on later, because some of the stuff that comes out of my mouth can't be seen at certain times. like one of our fellow, I always call him podcasts. It's not really a podcast, but guy does it. He smokes, and he can't smoke, or I'll be taken off.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And drinking. If you got a beer in your hand, you can't have it. I always, God, you can't even see it. I guess because it's metal.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting.
And there is no alcohol in it whatsoever. I mean, I should be drinking water like Sean, but
I don't know. It's funny. I think it might be different for that particular person, because it's they have a Facebook page. Because I've had a beer at earlier than maybe 7 or 8. I've had a beer early afternoon, if not early in the morning. Not proud of it, but on a particular weekend or something like that, and never got taken down. Never got any kind of strike or anything. So,
well, like they say, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
There you go. So, hey, but ladies and gentlemen, we so appreciate you guys watching. So appreciate you guys commenting in here. This is always fun, especially when I get to talk to my guy, Mr. Scott Thaler, on here, Mr. Missouri Tiger.
Yeah,
crewman.
Vote for Truman the Tiger next time when I put it up on my Facebook, people.
Yo, get your people ready. Get the Missouri people going so we can do this thing, man. You got to get them out of the first round this time.
Well, we were up by 20% over the other Tiger, and they said it was a tie, which it wasn't.
It was a tie.
They
It
did a
did.
tie.
He came back.
They did a tiebreaker on it, and Truman got knocked out because popularity. So the person that knocked me out with Truman the Tiger, anything he would vote for, I'd vote opposite.
No. Listen, that when we did that coin toss, we did the first time, and it was against you. So because of who you are, I did it 2 more times, and only got 1 positive vote for you. So I apologize. Chance just wasn't going to have it, but we're going to bring him back.
Next time I want to do rock, paper, scissors.
We will have you in the room. We will make sure there's more witnesses so we can all be a part of this. Okay, no foul play. All right, Truman will move on. Maybe we'll get him first round bye this time.
Well, if Mizzou won the SEC championship, I'm sure Truman would be the winner.
Yeah. But
we did get there one time.
Oh, I believe it. There was a time, I think it was 2007 or something like that, where you guys were up to like number 1.
Chase Daniels.
Yeah.
The highest paid bench sitter in the NFL.
Love that guy, man. I saw him in a couple preseason games when he was in Washington on one of his mini stops. Love that guy.
He was
He's
good.
the only backup I would get a jersey for.
I think he was, people always complaining about how tall quarterbacks. I think he was only like 5'10", 5'11".
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But he has wheels and he knows how to stay in the league, man. Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you for taking your time out tonight and watching us on this Monday, the last day of July 31st. We are halfway through the year. 2024 is right around the corner, and the NFL season is right around the corner. Like my guy alluded to a little bit earlier, this Thursday, the first game or the first preseason games, all that stuff is getting back and happening, and we couldn't be more excited. So we are going to go ahead and let you go. Definitely stay tuned for our guy, Mr. Ben Cornett, at 10 p.m. Eastern, as he does his show, Face the Heels. Definitely great stuff. For my guy, Mr. Scott Thaler over there in his nice place. Thank you for being nice and keeping it cool. Yeah, I see 2 fingers. We're good.
Maybe I should do this. Have them all up. That way you can take it twice.
See, on the left hand, it looked like it was just the one. Oh, my goodness.
All 10 were up there. Now I didn't even have a hand.
Right. His hands are cut. What is happening? Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and let you guys go. We appreciate you guys being here with us. And go ahead and have a good evening. Peace, people.